So as you can see by the title, Will Tsai, okay? Now, this video is bound to get some amount of views, you know, and every time a video of mine gets a bit more views, there's always some 9-year-old kid talking shit about how my intro sucked and how, you know, he could do better and how he learned the whole trick in 3 hours and I'm not a real magician and all that shit. So let me just flex on a kid, alright? To my viewers, you've probably seen this before, but let me just flex on some kids, you feel me? So let me just say stop right about there. Okay, that's the card we'll use. And, okay, and that's the card we'll use right here. The 9 of spades. That's see how that's the card right there. 9 of spades, and we'll put it more or less in the middle. And if I push it in, you're gonna see it come back to the top. No, really, dude, it's really in the middle. In fact, I'll put it face up. I'll put it face up in the middle, so you can really see it inside the middle. You see that card? It's in the middle. All I have to do is shake, and it comes to the very top. You little 9-year-old kids talking shit. Do that in 3 hours. What's good, peeps? It's your boy, Eduard Todor. I just want to make a quick disclosure, like, all the intros and all that stuff and the shit talking is all for fun, okay? I don't really give a shit when people hate on my comment, on my videos, when people dislike. I don't care. It doesn't, like, to me, it's hilarious. So don't take it, like, a lot of my viewers, they like, dude, don't worry about the haters, man. Don't worry, like, I don't care. Like, it's just, I'm just doing it for comedic effect. They're just like some 9-year-old kid that talks shit. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, I just think it's funny to kind of engage in the shit talking. Will Tsai, second performance on an AGT. I really want to see it. I've been putting it off. I saw it like when it was just like a few hours after the upload, and I was like about to click it. I was like, oh, I really want to see it. Let's react to it. Let's see what he did. I'm curious to see if he was able to somehow, you know, do better than his first one, or what the deal is. So let's just see.
The magician that waved his hands and all that stuff is moving around there.
I love that.
My name is
Who was that? Is that like a...
and I'm a visual illusionist.
See, he is an illusionist.
My first audition, it was the very
He does
first
call
time
himself an
that
illusionist.
I did the act.
People were defending him for using camera tricks.
You are the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
I was very overwhelmed.
4 gigantic yeses.
I have to deliver an entirely new experience. And
The
I
audio is
hope
on.
what I have prepared is enough.
Hello.
Hi.
Howie, I remember you saying this is one of the best acts you saw, right?
The best close-up magic I've ever seen in my life.
No pressure.
That's fair
Will,
enough.
but you think you can up that?
I hope I can.
Well, you're a really nice guy. I hope you do well.
Thank you. Growing up, my very first pet was a fish. His name was Joey, and he was my best friend. I always wondered what it would be like to bring Joey back using magic.
Interesting.
His eye.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. See, people were talking shit. That's one of his gimmicks that he uses, that he made. Well, his company. What's that? Ice? Okay. It's still ice. What?
Everyone, meet my friend Joey.
I'm confused. It is hard to see from you, and I think that's why we're not reacting properly to it.
I gotta say, here's what I'm gonna say. I loved what you did the first time. I love this. You go up there and fight without your hands ever touching anything. Fire starts, your eye changes, and then you make a live fish appear. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I can't really share your view, Howie. I struggled to be impressed, and I was a little underwhelmed. I'm sorry.
I
Yeah.
don't understand what just happened. I don't. For me, this was a step backwards. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go back to that first audition.
Me too.
And I'm going to make a decision on you later on tonight.
Thank you so much for your time, and I'll be fighting for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's such a shame.
I thought he was going to be good.
I thought so too.
Yeah, it didn't play out to the big stage as well as. That's what people don't understand, man. Like, just because you can do close up doesn't mean you can play up to a big stage. It's a different game. It's a different game, you know. I mean, the routine itself was a little bit confusing, you know, because what was the point? Like, he had a few things. Okay, in Magic, kind of everything needs to be motivated. So, for example, if you vanish a coin, I don't remember who was saying this, but I remember agreeing with him. I think it might have been Teller or something. I think so. If you have a coin in your hand, or maybe Jay Sankey, I don't remember. If you have a coin in your hand and you vanish it, it's okay. But if you have a coin in your hand and then you put a flame to your hand and you say, watch, it's gonna melt away, and then you vanish it, it's actually a much stronger effect because there's like kind of a reason why it happened. Now, it seemed to me that he was trying to do something along those lines, but I don't understand what the flame was. Okay, the flames instantaneously ignited the candle, whatever the hell, and then he lights that paper, it floats up, which, by the way, is a thing I've played with before. He catches it, he takes it over to ice. Oh no, his eye changes. He takes it over to, like, there was so many things happening for no reason, you know? The eye thing, he actually sells, or at least he used to sell, I don't know if it's out of stock or what, on his website, Sans Mind, or on, I think he co-owns the company, the Magic company. So that's what I'm saying. When people people were telling me, he's a visualist, he's not a magician, that's why he can do camera magic. No, he calls himself a visual illusionist, right? And you know, all the titles are close-up magician. You know, all the stuff is pointing towards the fact that he's a magician, and he's just using some kind of lingo to try to, you know, make up for the fact that he's used camera magic here and there. At least according to Captain Disillusion. Yeah, I don't know what to say. It was very confusing, and the camera angle when he changed the ice into the fish was very strange. You know, you couldn't really see the transformation happening. I wasn't able to tell, you know, what happened. All in all, it was hard to tell what happened, but I know most of that routine. I understand how he did most of that routine. But yeah, it was just confusing. And even Simon said that it was confusing, and there was no real understanding as to why things were happening. He was just doing one thing after another with no real cohesion in between the routine. That's how I felt, at least. Individually, all those things were cool. Individually, they were cool, but they didn't make sense together. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? Why did your eye just change? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. It was definitely not on the level of his last one. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, his last one had a whole backstory and everything. This one felt weird, like, and we're really supposed to believe this guy's best friend was a fish? Come on, man. Come on, you know? And if I've said this in previous videos, he's a famous magician in Taiwan or China or somewhere along there. He has videos of him performing on TV. You know, he's not some dude that's trying to make it, and that's kind of what he's trying to portray in this show, America's Got Talent. He's like, oh yeah, this really means a lot. If I could win, I can support my family and all this shit. And it's like, dude, you already made it. You're just trying to expand your audience, which is fine. But I just don't like the fact that he's kind of like being dishonest with the audience. You know, the backstory to me sounded definitely made up. I mean, not even believable in the patter routine that he tried to come up with the fish. You know, it's cool to have things that kind of have some meaning or have some story behind them, but when they're like so far off, that like your best friend is a fish. Really, that's a bit weird, man. I mean, I don't know what to say. You know. Maybe it was. Maybe I'm just talking shit. I don't know. But yeah, this whole routine was just very confusing. Very confusing. This is the one thing I don't know much about is gimmicks. Okay, I don't. You know, I do completely sleight of hand. So you know, sometimes like with a table, I had no clue. With this, I know the gimmicks he used in this, and I don't know how they work 100%. But I've seen them. I kind of have a concept. But in terms of like the pattern, the structuring of the routine, I understand more about. and he didn't do that good of a job in that area. You know, I mean, his execution was good. You know, the smoke, the everything was the routine was well executed, but it was just poorly put together. That's how I felt. Yeah, there we go. To all the people saying that I'm too nice in my reactions, here you go. You know, sometimes I just genuinely I don't like a routine, or I don't really particularly find something. You know, this time I kind of agree with Simon and the judges. You know, it wasn't as good as the last one. You know, not to say that he's a bad magician. He just, you know, he is. You know, it was a hard standard to beat when your first performance just shocks the world. You know, it's kind of a hard thing to live up to. But yeah, this time it wasn't even the fact that his illusions were bad. It was just a thing of structure. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a shame. But to be fair, you know, in the video they did use camera editing or whatever, overlaying the coins, which again, I've said this in a previous video, but I think that trick really happened, and so it doesn't really take much away from him. But I just wonder what that trick would have looked like live. That's my only question. But yeah, AGT, Will Tsai. That was my opinion. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. I do daily videos. Follow me on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All the links are down below. Support me on my new Patreon page if you want to. The link is down below. And as always, mad respect, much love, stay lit, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!